Hello and welcome to another episode of John Henry Speaks. Right now, due to the struggles that we're having as a people, I wish that someone would begin to realize where we can nip the situations of our people being killed at the hands of white police officers, but especially our people who are unarmed. Any man or woman, no matter what race or nationality, can't understand another person defending themselves. It would be foolish for any individual not to defend themselves. But to have the capabilities of allowing your emotions to destroy human life just because you can will have to cease. And we're going to ensure this takes place and happens in this century by any means necessary. You have supervisors who send people out half trained, and they know it. You have supervisors who know that some of the people they put in the street with weapons in their hands as law enforcement are mentally unstable or have even exhibited the traces of racism within themselves because they know themselves. And when you really go to the root of the cancer, why would the people who are not like the people who are murdering our people and killing our people needlessly and mercilessly, why would they not want to associate and hire people of the same kind? What am I saying? Well, we've heard that term before. Birds of the feather flock together. So during the course of this, if the administrations and people who are involved in administrations would go ahead and start making heads roll at 2 levels above the person who is a foot soldier on the ground that has murdered a citizen, have to suffer, or should I say, not necessarily suffer, but be made aware through some type of punishment that the person they put on the ground and in the field was incompetent, or was that true incompetency based on the judgments and decisions of the supervisor 2 levels up. Because if we're going to say or even think that the supervisors do not know what is happening in their separate or different departments or with their subordinates or even with their peers, that's the problem. You see, leadership begets leadership. In other words, most of the actions of the officers on the ground are just the reactions to what they've either seen or what they've heard. Why is it that if we did the stats and looked at how many black officers have gunned down or shot white people, the stats would be off balance? And why is it that the stats that are always shown by white media always gives a picture of imbalance, showing black people as perpetrators more so than whites, when in essence the balance of population doesn't show the same, when in essence the balance of the demographics do not show the same? Why are we keep being led to believe that the numbers, which they say, the white man says that, don't lie, which they may not lie, but we have to realize being raised in the white educational school system, you know that statistics and numbers can be placed in any way, any shape, or any form that will conform to a method for people to see exactly what the person who put the numbers together want people to see. It doesn't take a genius to figure that one out. It doesn't take a genius to know that you can throw numbers out, but just throwing those numbers out without having a basis for why they were thrown out and what they were based with and based up against will still be misleading. We're in a struggle. The first part of the struggle right now is and always has been a struggle for our life. The next has been a struggle for our finances. And the last but not least has been a struggle for our families to stay together, for our families to build, for our families to grow. Why do black people keep on thinking and saying things so silly like we're all the same? No, we're not. Because if we were, the sun wouldn't keep on feeding us when we're outdoors. And the sun would not keep feeding them cancer to their skin if we were all the same. And if we were all the same, there would be no problems concerning black people receiving the reparations that were promised to them by this very government that we have served and that we have protected through our military service, the black men and women on the police forces, the black men and women who are firefighters, the black men and women who are working at the hospitals, the black men and women in our schools who are trying to, even though they know the system is not conducive to the black child, but especially the black male child, making it to a level where it can support its family with dignity and with honor. I'm John Henry, and I really hope you enjoyed what you've just heard here at the Melanin Mind Matters University.